Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. Today is my first update for my full face of summer project pan, and this one I started it because I want to create seasonal project pans in order to finish the most amount of products that I can, and also to make sure that I don't neglect my collection. I want to make sure that I do shorter project pans so that I can rotate everything, but always with the goal of finishing the products up. So like I said, this is a rolling project pan, so this will be finished by fall. So the first day of fall is the finale of this one and the intro of my next project pan. I have two empties for this update, so if you want to see my progress on the products that I chose, my empties and my replacements for them, then just keep on watching. So let's start with primer, and I have here an older one. I said that I was gonna take all of these products on my trip, but I decided against it, and you will see a video of what I took for my 10-day trip soon here on my channel. But I didn't take this primer. This is the Makeup Forever mattifying primer, and I've been trying to use this up, and I've used it quite a bit. I've used it over 15 times, except for the 10 days that I went on my trip. I used it almost every single day. Now, it has like an air bubble. I came home last night and I was trying to use this today, and I found that it has like an air bubble because you can even feel it when I touch it. I can feel the air bubble in there, so I can't show you the actual progress because I'm not gonna squeeze it and waste product until it doesn't have the air bubble. I will have to use it until the air bubble comes out. How many times can I say air bubble? This one I hate, you guys. I use this underneath my foundation and it doesn't make me more matte, which is the point of this primer. I could throw it away, but I've been working on this for years, and now it's sort of like a battle that I have with it, that I need to finish it. So I will apply it sometimes when I'm not wearing makeup, or when I'm gonna just go out and take my dogs and I haven't applied makeup on my face, if I want to look shine free, or if I want to remove a little bit of my pores. But I find that this doesn't work with foundation on top. Not even if I use the smallest amount, not even if I use more, it will always make my makeup that I put on top of it look cakey. And I know that this is the culprit, because when I'm not wearing this, if my makeup wears out or wears off, it wears off in certain places evenly, but when I'm wearing this, it looks cakey only in the places where I apply this. I know I will finish it. I know it will take me a long time. I'm working on it, but it's not an easy product. This is kind of a hate pan for me. This is another primer. This is the Relieve Gripping Primer, but by the brand Italia Deluxe. And this was brand new, and you can see that I've used it. You can see it was full, and you can see that now it shows some progress. But this I didn't take with me either, because I took with me the small Tarte smoothing primer. Since the pot is super small, I didn't want to waste space on my suitcase, since I was gonna be bringing stuff back with me. But you can see that I've used this. I focus more on the Makeup Forever primer, and I know that I can focus more this month on this one and make a little bit more progress. Maybe my goal for next month is gonna be to reach the A if I use it every single day. But I'm happy with the progress that I'm making, and I'm pretty sure that I can finish this before the year is over. Now for foundation, this is another that has been just hate panning for me. I took this with me as my only foundation on my trip, because I was gonna mix it up with the Huda Beauty foundation, and then that one I ran out of it before my trip. It was basically up to here, and now you can see the progress. I'm gonna squeeze it and show you. It's been lowering down, so now it's right there. So it's showing progress. Of course it is, because it's been the only foundation that I've been wearing. It's the foundation that I'm wearing on my face today. But this breaks up on me in the most awful way possible. This foundation has been on for a couple hours, but if I look at myself up close in the mirror, on my nose, I basically have like cakiness right here, right here, right here. And then anything I apply on top, it will just look disgusting. And when I was taking my classes, I had to wear this. I'm right now at home, and if I do a Zoom meeting, nobody can tell. But in person, you can tell. And my nose would look super oily, and this will look cakey all over the place. I had classes from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., so I didn't have any time or room to retouch my makeup. It wasn't a good look on me. I didn't take that many pictures because it wasn't a great look on me. and this is a foundation that I can't wait to finish. My new goal is to reach the CT underneath the CT for next month, and I know that I can finish this before the year is over for sure, but maybe before the summer is over as well. If I use this, I keep using it as my main foundation. For concealer, I have this Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. I'm wearing it today, again mixed with another concealer, but this one, you guys, I don't like. This Beautiful Skin line is not the line for me, and this I removed the stopper since I already have finished another shade of this one before, and it has not the biggest amount left, but this amount will last me a couple more weeks. I was focusing more on the other concealer that I took with me on my trip. This I took with me on my trip, but I can still come up with more applications, so I give this about 1 week or 1 week and a half to finish it, but this will definitely be an empty before my next update. I don't like this. I wouldn't recommend this. The other concealer that I actually finished, and I thought I was gonna finish the Charlotte Tilbury one first, but these I used it every single day on my trip and I was already scraping it. This is the Tarte Shape Tape concealer in the shade Light Sand. I removed the stopper. You can see that this one is empty. I used the spatula, and then you can see it from the side. I scraped it completely, so I have the first empty from this project pan, and I'm super excited. Even though that product, I already introduced it without a stopper, I have been working on that concealer for the past 4 months, almost as my only concealer. So for me, it's like I have been doing this project pan for a few months now, and I finally finished one of the products. Then the next product, which would be my powder, I chose the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder in the shade Translucent Peach Whisper. I have 3 of these powders. Now I have 2 because I finished this one completely. I removed the top of it because the sifter, because it wasn't working for me anymore. I had to remove all of the excess powder, and I removed it before I started this project, and I used it as my everyday powder until I finish it, which is an accomplishment, you guys, because I always want to reach for my Laura Mercier powder. I'm currently about to finish my Laura Mercier powder, so since I finished this before my trip, I started using a powder that I didn't take on my trip, but I'm gonna show it to you. It's one of my goals for my makeup rehab or my shopping or no shopping series here on my channel that I've only did the intro. I have to update you guys on that one, that I didn't wanna count my Laura Mercier powders towards the goal of powders that I wanted to finish, because that one is an easy reach for me. It's sort of like black eyeliner. Black eyeliner is something that I reach for every day, whether I have it in a project or not, or whether I put my mind to it or not. It's something that comes natural to me when I'm doing my makeup. So that powder is done. Those are the 2 empties that I have for this update. For my bronzer, I, against better judgment, I decided to add this, even though I have in my Partners in Cream project pan, the Von Dye Bay from Nude Sticks. I decided to add the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in the shade Light Medium, and I actually made progress on it. You can see right here that I've expanded the pan. It already had pan in it, and my goal for me is to finish this one, if not on this project, which I think now it's a hefty goal, then this year this could be an empty, because it's one of my favorite bronzers and I would love to have a lighter shade of this one. And I've been using this one consistently and it's just beautiful. It's one of my favorite bronzers in my collection. So my goal for this one for next month will be to hit side pan, or just to expand the overall pan from these other sides, because this is thinned out right here, but this one, even though it is not thinned out, if I reach side pan, I think I can still see progress. And what I'm gonna do after I hit side pan and expand this pan right here is that I'm gonna spread it so that it's evened out on the pan. What I wanna do is I wanna be able to put my brush in it and grab an even amount. For highlight, because I decided not to put on this project any blush, since I have my Panda Face Palette project and over there I have like 5 blushes or 6 blushes to work on, I decided to put a highlighter in here, and I decided to put the shade Opal since I have a backup, and also since I repressed this one because it had major pan, the pan was completely filled out, and I heat pan again on it. I know I can finish this. I truly do. I'm not wearing it today because I'm wearing something from my Panda Face palette project, but I was wearing it every single day until I hit pan on it, and I kept expanding the pan. This is beautiful as an eyeshadow. It's beautiful as a highlighter. It just looks amazing on the cheeks, and the glow that it gives. This is still one of the best highlighter formulas that I've ever tried, the one from Becca. And now you can find these from Smashbox. They have like a line that is called Smashbox Loves Becca. My goal for this one is to keep expanding the pan. If I can just make it at least double the size, since you need the tiniest amount of highlighter. But my goal is definitely to finish this. This one, it was one that I added, and it was sort of like a usage goal, but the way that I'm doing the usage is not counting it. It's just knowing that this will be my buffing powder until fall arrives. And this is the Turn Up the Light by Too Faced in the shade medium, and I'm focusing on the shade Soft Focus in the center of the product. This comes with a Dazzle shade, a glow shade, and then the shade Focus. And even though I've used Glow, because that's all I haven't used, the one that I've used every single day except for on my trip, because I didn't take this with me, so 20 days out of the 30 days from the month, I went ahead and used this one to buff my makeup. It works just fine. I really like this. It's not Radiant Light from Hourglass, but it's similar to it, and I find that the value for this and the packaging, it's beautiful. For eyeliner, I have this Urban Decay eyeliner in the shade Whiskey, and these, you guys, I made progress in it. I took this with me on my trip, and it was basically an everyday eyeliner for me. These, if I use it on my waterline, it will make my eyes pop. This is sort of like Custard Reach from MAC, which I love. And I know that maybe by the next update or two, or by the finale, I will have this as an empty, because I've been reaching for it constantly. I use it almost every single day, and I think using it that way can help me finish it before the project pan is over. For my next update, I wanna reach the W from Whiskey, which is right here. So maybe use half of what I have left, and that way I can have it done before the project pan is over. And then the two products that I have for lips, I made progress on this, but not as much as I would have liked. This is the L'Absolu Rouge cream in the shade Last Minute from Lancome, and this was a collab with Camila Coelho. You can see that I've made progress on it, and you can see the shade right here. It's a beautiful everyday peachy pink shade with more of a peach than a pink, but it's super wearable. But this one, if I can flatten out this corner right here, I think that would help me see more progress in it. So I've been using it in a different way to see if I can just flatten it out, and maybe that way see that I'm using more than I'm using. So this was one of my most used lipsticks on my trip, but it wasn't the only one that I took with me. And then one of the other lipsticks that I took with me on my trip was the Cosmetics lip cushion in the shade Magic Hour, and this one, you guys, I used a ton. I'm gonna layer the lipsticks because why not? This is one of those everyday shades for me, and I can't truly measure it because I would have to put everything out, and then it doesn't roll back down. Even when I've done it, it rolls down a little bit, but it doesn't roll down that much, and I want to make sure not to mess it up. But it still has product left in it. I don't know how much, but I know I will finish this before the summer. I've been applying this like a crazy person, and I love the shade, but it's not my favorite shade. I don't think I would repurchase this color per se. I think I would grab something more on the pinky side, like the Dior 001 Pink Luminizer Gloss, or the Dior tint in the shade Pink. That's more of my vibe. But this will do. I will finish it, and I've been finishing a lot of my everyday lipsticks so far. So those are the products, and now I'm gonna roll in two products. I chose a powder and a concealer to replace the ones that left. So I needed a concealer to mix with the Charlotte Tilbury one, since it's not my favorite. And I chose the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour full wear sealer, and I have mine in the shade Cashmere, which is a little bit darker for me, but it will work fine because this is the shade number 1, and this will give me more coverage and more of a matte finish, which is something that I need. You can see the doe foot it comes with. It comes out with a lot. So this is it still has the stopper. So I know these will take me maybe by the end of the year, but I will use this every single day. These can help me finish this one. I'll consider myself successful at it. And maybe when the year is over, I can also remove this one from my collection, and that would be one more concealer out of it. And then for the powder, I didn't replace it with a loose powder, but I will make sure to use a loose powder instead of the Peach Perfect. But this one I hit pan on, I think on it last year or at the beginning of this year, but I think it was last year, and I decided to keep expanding the pan, and it makes me look a little bit pink. This is the Australis Fresh and Flawless Pressed Powder in the shade Nude, so it makes me a little bit pink, but I don't care. I just want to use it up. I want to use a lot of my pressed powders, and the time is now. I have a lot of them that I hit pan on them for one reason or another, that I'm using them as powders or as an under eye powder, and I want to make sure that I use them up, the ones that have pan, to see if I can finish the most amount of them before next year. You can see it right here. I'm positive that I can finish this before the summer is over if I put my mind to it. So this will be one of those powders that if I'm a little bit oily, I will grab a puff and just dab it on my nose, and it will just blend away. If the shade was the right shade, I would use it all over my face like a crazy person, but these I use it as a touch-up powder and sometimes to brighten my under eye or to make it look a little bit more pink. Okay, you guys, so that's it for this project. I'm hoping that for my next update I have these two done. Maybe I think that's my goal for them, and maybe I can have whiskey done, but hopefully 2 products for next month would be an amazing goal for me. I know I can try and finish this one up, but maybe this will be here until the end of the project. So that's it for this update, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell. I post project planning videos and also luxury makeup videos every week on my channel, and I always start a beauty conversation in the comment section below. So anything you have to comment, if you give this video a thumbs up, if you subscribe to my channel, you're supporting my channel in a way that I would be so grateful. So please, before you go, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I love you, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.